Hello and welcome back once again to Highridge Farm with me, the Walrus. We're now entering into the autumn or fall season here on Highridge Farm, and now we are going to have to clear a large swath of crops that have died because they're no longer capable of surviving in the harsh autumnal weather. Suitably bizarre. But at least I can also harvest some of the wheat that I had planted previously. Now, thankfully, as on my previous episode, we were able to get the new steel watering can, which is absolutely fantastic and makes my life a hell of a lot easier. However, I don't have a huge amount of autumn crops. Well, anything that's... let's try that again. What I wanted to say was that I do have a large number of crops that have been able to survive the season change. There we go. I can do it. I'm so powerful. But I also do want to start planting some of the newer crops, as there are going to be quite a few that I would like to have. Of course, things like cranberries, because they're continual harvest, which would be really helpful. And some pumpkins, because they're another one of the quality crops bundle. And the more of those I can get, the better. Of course, that does mean that I'm going to need to prepare much larger swaths of land ready to go, as I don't think that I'm going to have quite enough space or general stuff ready to actually plant as many of them as I'm likely to want. But that's not the end of the world, so I'm just going to quickly refertilize some of this ground here. I still need more corn, which is the other thing that's bugging me. It's either I get 5 corn or I get 5 pumpkins of a gold quality. And that's what I really need at the moment. Is trying to get that. Now, of course, I'm looking at sowing seeds in areas that I can actually plant that are covered by the automatic sprinkler systems. At the moment, there aren't... it's still a disorganized mess. But it will really be the winter where I reorganize a lot of this. So what my current plan is to really start working on more of the animal parts of the farm. So the chicken coop, which will be finished soon, hopefully, which should allow me to get ducks, which is something that I've been looking forward to getting. Now, of course, one of the other things that I do need is going to be a barn itself as well. But of course, that's going to require a little bit more money and wood. So I really need to get some of that wood area that I've got that I can coppice ready to go. Now, I'm assuming I'm using the word coppice incorrectly, but I could also be very wrong. So let's have a look and see what crops are currently available to purchase at Pierre's today. So we've got pumpkins, eggplants, bok choy. Well, I know I'm going to need to plant a variety of them anyway because I want to complete the autumnal crops bundle. Because that would be really dumb of me to not complete that, as I would like to have that one done. However, we will soon see what I can actually afford. So I'm going to get some yams as well, because they're quite nice. Of course, I'm getting quite a lot of them, because I know I'm going to be coming back and forth, essentially. But I might as well sell the wheat that I've got in my inventory anyway, and buy a couple more things as we go. What will be nice is that the apple trees that I've already planted should be coming into full growth soon enough, so then I can actually start harvesting those, because they are a fall crop. They do provide during this season, which would be nice. And of course, that's one of the 2 different bundles, as it's part of the fodder bundle, where I think I need 3, and it's also part of the artisan bundle, as all of the fruiting trees count towards that for the artisan bundle. Of course, getting some of those shouldn't be too difficult, as although I don't have a vast number of trees, I'm sure I could get some of the other things as well. So I need eggplants, and I need yams, and I also need pumpkins by the looks of things. Well, it's a good job I've got the pumpkins ready to go anyway, and if on their harvesting that I get the 5 gold ones, fantastic, off we trot. If not, I'm kind of hoping that I get more corn. I think I've only got 2 so far, though, which is not really concerning, but I would rather have more, and I'm surprised that I haven't obtained more as yet, but we will see. Now I'm just going to sort of bimble on back towards the farm at the moment. I think I might end up cutting down a couple of trees, harvesting a little bit of stuff that's just in the way, really, as I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that is forageable for the autumn, because I've got some. I think it was the mushroom which is available earlier, which is part of the fall bundle, but I do need to explore south of the farm because that's generally where I find more of the forageable gubbins. I know that blackberries are a part of it, but there is a particular blackberry season as well when the bushes are covered in them. And that'll make life a lot easier, as I can find them, harvest them, and generally be ready to go. And that's kind of what I want. I think I might even have to make some more fertilizer, because I don't know if I've actually got enough. I don't even think I've got enough land already hoed up around here. Well, not the end of the world. I'm sure I can sort that out. Let's quickly demolish that. Okay, so I can't plant there. That's fine. I'll water that anyway, ready to go. And we'll water this strip along here. Again, the sooner I can get a better watering can, the better. I think what I'll do is, after I've upgraded this bit and I've actually made 5000 G again, I will actually start by putting the hoe in for upgrade. Unfortunately, I really do need some cloth. I forgot the word there. It's really good when you just forget the word for things in the middle of a damn sentence. It's fantastic. But then again, it's what I get for not running off of a script and just doing this all off of a, yeah, screw it, I'll just do it like a thing. And what I do need is some cloth so I can actually make a windmill for milling of other materials, such as wheat to make flour and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, I've not yet been able to get any, because I know that you're more likely to get it from animals, because sheep can give it to you, which is great. Well, they give you wool, which you turn into cloth with a spinning machine, but I know that the newspaper has a chance of giving you cloth, but I do need some. And I think that's really what it boils down to, is I need 5 specifically, so I can make all of the joyous things that I need, because, like I say, I want a mill, because it'll make life easier. Of course, it's going to be figuring out where am I going to put it, because I'm debating whether up here, should that remain as a crop growing area. I'm thinking that maybe it should remain as a small growing plot, not for major crops, but actually more for flowers, for honey, because I think that'll be quite pleasant, just having a bunch of beehives. But at the same time, I could have hives near the animal section of the farm at the moment, where the coop is. I know I'm going to want to build a barn down and near there as well, so we'll see. Okay, so we're just going to put some eggplants in as well and start watering this up. Now, of course, the big problem I've got at the moment is that I probably should have organised this a bit better, ready to have the sprinklers, but I'm an idiot. I think it's really the short answer to that one. It's not the end of the world, it's just going to make my life a little bit harder, but at the same time, I can deal with that. And it's only like 30 eggplants and some bok choy that I haven't sown, so I'll live. But at the same time, the more I can get sown, ready to go, I'm probably going to exhaust a lot of the energy today, really just getting all of these large areas of land sown and ready, because that's what I need. I just need to get this all ready to go, full of lovely crops, ready to be harvested and all. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to fertilise all the land, so it's a bit of a, do I bother sowing all of them if they're less likely to grow particularly excitingly? But I'm definitely going to need to go and start hacking down some trees just for sap, as I know that's going to be particularly helpful. I should probably check the monster chest, because I think there's some in there. There we go. Well, another torch. That's a shame. Only torches from that one. Could have been better. It would have been nice if I'd actually got something that wasn't like just basic torches. I don't really find them particularly useful. But again, I'll live. Oh, I didn't realise I actually had some pumpkin seeds. I could have sown those. Oh, well, right. Well, I'll do that later on. That's a silly old thing for me there. So I'm going to make some more fertiliser, because I've got some sap ready to go, so that'll be good. But I do kind of wonder what's going to come out of those mixed seeds. I do like the fact that they do have a mixture of everything, but obviously sometimes you can sow stuff and it just dies, because it's not ready or capable of surviving in this season. Which is a problem, and somewhat disappointing. But oh well. Right, so I've got some bok choy down. I'll just water this up, nice and quick, easy peasy. So yeah, this is going to be a bit more time consuming over the next few days, dealing with this area, but I can deal with it. It's annoying, but at the same time, I'd rather have the crops here and growing, because it'll just mean it'll be easier for me to get more money. That's kind of what I'm after at the moment, is just cash. Because, of course, I spanked most of my money on all the new seeds. Okay, I'm feeling exhausted now. So I think I might be able to do a little bit more. There we go. Fertilise that. Plant some seeds. Water this strip. And then I think I'm pretty much done. There's not much else I can do with the energy that I've actually got. Well, not the end of the world. But I think what I might do is, since it's not that late yet, I might go on a little exploration and see if I can find any of the autumnal forageables. So we can see here my trees that are going to be chopped down aren't yet grown, which is a shame. And we'll just quickly nip in here, and there's Robin building, which is nice. Working late into the night. I think the coop upgrade should be done by tomorrow, I think, being the operative word. But the big main advantage that will give me is that it'll give me an incubator, so I can actually start getting more animals, which, again, once they're at a happy level, I can sell them as well. So chickens aren't the most valuable of creatures, but being able to go from eggs to chickens reasonably well, it's not the end of the world. It's actually quite useful, because it's just, again, more money. Although I've never really tried doing animals as the animal being the end sell product, so I don't know actually how viable that is compared to crops. And I would be surprised if the financial impact from it was actually that good. But we'll see, because I might give it a try. I'll rear a couple of chickens up and see. I mean, I will call them dumb things like "to be sold number 1" and so on and so forth, because then I'll at least remember which one is which. Now, of course, I'm getting a few more mixed seeds, which is nice. I've got a blackberry, which is one of the forageables, which is good. Let's see if there's anything else around here. Of course, this is the trade-off. It's getting a bit dark here. But then again, I haven't got a ring that gives me a light radius or a light radius increase, which I know I should probably try making one. But again, it's the sod's law. I'll make it, and then I'll find a better one in the dungeon caves, which would be really annoying. One of the things I also do need to do is get the bus running again. Partly because then it'll actually give Pam a job to do other than just sitting around being a drunk, which I'm sure will generally be a good thing. But it's actually so that I can actually go to the desert, because there's quite a lot of useful things there anyway. And I would quite like to get a hold of some of the nice shiny things that are there, as I'd be able to actually do stuff with it. There's a lot of food there that'll be nice. And I've also got to catch a bloody sandfish. I think that's the one I've got to catch. But, oh well. Right, so time to go for a sleep-see. And we haven't made much today, but that's kind of a given considering there weren't any crops really to harvest other than the ones that I already sold. So on to day 2. And away we go. Right, so what's going to be the weather report for tomorrow? It's going to rain all day on Wednesday, so that's actually going to be fantastic, so that'll make my life a lot easier. Okay, so we've got the new coop upgrades, which allows us to get the incubator, which is great, and double capacity, so that'll be fantastic. Thank you, Robin, for sorting me out with that. Now, let's quickly scythe down some more corn, because I don't need... not corn, wheat. The trouble is, I know they're very different. They're both grasses, though. That's the problem. So my brain just goes, yep, simple. Even though they have very different harvesting techniques and styles. Don't know why I got them confused. Essentially, I'm an idiot. I think that's really what it boils down to, is I'm a complete moron. But at least I'm honest about it. Righty, so let's quickly plant a couple more bok choy. Pak choy. So this is another thing that annoys me. Because I'm playing a lot of Plants vs. Zombies when I was a kid. I say a kid, young teenager. I always end up calling it bok choy because of the punching pak choy in the game. And it's... even now, I still do it. And I think it's probably because I don't use it very much. I eat it every now and again when I'm have a meal out, but it's not something that I cook with or tend to do a lot with. So it's not something that comes to my mind. Like, if I see the name, I know exactly what it is, but for some reason, my brain just goes, nah, mate, it's bok choy. It's no, pak choy. Get it right. Again, I am an idiot, but one of the things that annoys me about being an idiot is when things like that happen. I go, oh yeah, that's wrong. Duh. Oh well. Righty, so let's quickly water all these. So thankfully, because I've got the can upgrade, I can at least do most of these in one strip at a time, because that's going to make my life a lot easier than the 3 strip that's available currently with my hoe. Now, being able to get the hoe upgrade will be very helpful. Don't think it'll take too much time to get to 5,000 to be able to get that. I might try and do some intense fishing, because that's really all I can do at the moment to get money. Quickly, at least. Because the crops aren't going to be ready to harvest for a few days. Like, 3 to 4 days for some of the faster ones. And I mean, pumpkins are going to be like 13 or 14 days, so they're going to be a way off. But I can deal with that. Oops, did not mean to dig up that one, and I put it in the wrong place. Let's try again. There we go. Done. And done. Right. I think one of the other things that I would like to get is another wheat silo, for hay even. But I'll probably plonk it somewhere in a random corner that doesn't matter too much. Because I've got a lot of grass growing everywhere, and I probably should harvest it all before the winter rolls round. I mean, I don't want to have it gone in this area, but I do want to be able to have... aha, a large egg, finally. So that's fantastic, because that means that I can actually start putting that in the animal bundle, which is fantastic. And of course, because I had some hay in my inventory, I might as well just use it rather than going through the dispenser. Now, I don't think I've got enough to buy a duck, which I know is the next thing that I really want. But that's not too much of a problem. Again, I'll save up for that, because that is going to be something that I need and want. And I also need some more tappers. I also need to organise the pine tar, well, the pine trees as well. So I think that's going to be a thing that I need to do. Right, so I don't need that. Or these. Don't need that. Oh. I mean, it's tempting to make another grass starter, but I'm half tempted to go and plant some grass starters in a random place, because that might actually be useful. Go on, kitty cat. Move out of the way. Right, put the stone in there, put the log in there. I'm going to put coal in here, and the hay into there. So the hay silo is full. This is why I need another silo, because if it's full, I need another one. And being able to store 480 hay would probably be better, generally. At the same time, though, I know that some people say that it's actually better just to have a chest of hay. Because the silo, although it can be used automatically, it's not space efficient. But the thing is, I like having them. It's a little thing, and it just feels more like a farm having a couple of silos like that. But again, it's what people like to do. Ah, okay, so this is something that I didn't know about until coming back to the game recently, is the request board. And it's the special orders gubbins. So this is going to be quite interesting, as that will allow me to end up with some nice little rewards. Like, it genuinely surprised me how cool some of the little rewards are. Giving you recipes, giving you useful material gubbins, like the miniature vendor chest thing that Lewis gives you is really handy, especially if you're out, put it down somewhere that you know that you're going to do some work in, but you're not that, like, it's a bit further away than actually having one of the big chests, but you can build another one, so it's not super horrific. It's the sort of thing that I might end up actually putting in the mines if I do get it, because then I could theoretically worry less about transporting stuff, or maybe even near the beach, because then I can fling fish in it, you know, that sort of thing. So when I've had it in the past, I've put it on Ginger Island until I had the farm upgraded, so that I could actually have it there. Okay, I actually really need to make a keg or 3, because I need to start making wine. Not too difficult, it's just I need to have the appropriate resources to have it. And I know that's going to be a little bit of a faff, but as soon as I can start making kegs, then I can start making exciting things. But I do also really need to have somewhere organised to put them. I mean, there's no penalty to having them outside, I believe. But as soon as I can get them, I can start finishing these bundles. I would really like to see how far I can get through on the community centre bundle within a year. And if I can finish as much as physically possible, that'd be really good. And I might actually set that as my task limit, is finish the community centre bundle and then start looking at maybe downloading some mods to add some weird and wonderful stuff. What I would like to do, though, is to at least do the first year as its own little mini-series of this is a thing, and go from there. And, of course, if anyone has any ideas of things they'd like me to do or like to see me do in Stardew Valley or other games as well, please do leave a comment and say, because I'm interested in seeing what people would like to watch, and what people would like to hear me narrate nonsense about. I know I've streamed a fair bit of on Twitch of Binding of Isaac, because that's one of my favourite games, but it's not something I've thought about doing any recordings of yet, but again, I could certainly do some of that. But if people would have any ideas or input, happy to listen. Now, at the moment, I need to work my way through some more of the mines. I'd like to get to floor 110, again, because it's 5 floors down, makes life easier, fast travelling and all that sort of gubbins. But we will soon see where we can get to. Now, floor 106 is not too bad. It's just going to be based on the energy, because of how energy intense it is to smash up rocks at the moment. But, you know, I might be able to get a fair extra way of down, which would be good. But we'll see. Also, I do also want some more Omnigeodes, because, of course, since that I was an idiot and managed to sell my first set of them, ooh, heck, fireballs. Go away, Squid Kid. Aha, a bomb. That might actually be really useful now. Ooh. Now, considering the slimes were a pain in the posterior previously, I really don't want to deal with slimes trying to kill me. Thank you very much, because that's not helpful. And getting more gold is nice, as I know that's kind of the next upgrade level for the tools. But there are other things that I would quite like to have done first. Thank you very much. But we'll see, as there's still lots to do. We're only halfway through the year, technically, considering we're only just into the autumnal period. But that's not too bad. We'll see what we can find and grab whilst we're here, as it's just going to be grabbing materials and rocks. And a little bit of energy's gone, but kind of a given. We haven't actually used up that much energy whilst we've been in here, thankfully. And there's still more to do, and I think that's really what it boils down to, is there's still a lot more to do here in the mines. And okay, that cudgel's kind of cool, but it doesn't do as much damage as the sword. I like the maces generally, because I like the ground pound attack thing that they do, as I find that more useful than the block. But that's only because I'm very vicious and I would rather hit things with a big club or hammer or something just to get them out of my darn way. Thank you kindly. But that's just me. However, we will soon see what other gubbins we can find. So we need to get down one more floor, and then we're on floor 110. And that'll be great, because that's a good chunk of the way down in the mines. Like, we're almost at the bottom, and that will be great. And that's really what I'm after, is just getting all the way down the mines and being at the bottom, so I can happily have done all of that. Because, well, it'll be another star drop, I think. And also just generally quite useful to me to be down that far, I think. I can't see any major reason it wouldn't be helpful. I guess it's just going to be able to go down to any level of the mine that we need to go to get the appropriate resources. That's really what it is. Being able to get the resources that I want / need at the moment. And at the moment it's coal, gold, and if I can get it, iridium, because it's not really what I need right now, but I know full well I'm going to really need an absolute ton of it. And the more of it I can get my hands on, the better. Right, so energy's nearly depleted, so I'd better find my way down, or get my way down fast. Otherwise, it'll all end a bit badly. Especially considering there are still some horrible hostile monsters here that are being very annoying. Right, okay, energy's almost depleted. That's not helpful. Well, I got quartz, which I know the wizard said he wanted. So that's nice, I guess. So then we can give him his shiny thing. So there we go, we've got some space boots. Okay, so they're probably a lot better than the boots that I'm currently wearing. And that'll be nice, because that'll give me something different. So 3 and 3, I think it is, and 4 and 4. Yeah, so that's just like a downright upgrade. Also, they're purple, and purple is shamelessly my favourite colour. So I will happily wear bright purple boots, because yes, please. So here we go. So I'm going to start moseying back on over to the farm after I just quickly check in with the Adventurers Guild. Partly because then first I can sell the boots that I've got and the weapon, because that'll be helpful to get rid of them, because I don't need them. And I think that's really what it boils down to, is I don't need them anymore, so be gone. And I'd rather just get rid of things that are cluttering up my inventory space, especially things like clothing that I just have absolutely no use for, or really a need for at the moment. Now, I think what I will also do is I might just do a very quick stop in at the community centre, so I can put some of the forageable things that I've acquired into there because there's some more of them there, some hazelnuts, some common mushrooms. So I've got a reasonable amount of gubbins, which is nice. I think I'll just quickly put things away that I know I don't need for that, and then go on over to the community sender, because it'd be nice to have that all organised. And the more of it that I can get done, the better, because then that will make me happy. It's just generally having more of this all done. And that's really what I'm after, is just getting as much done as possible within this year and see what other gubbins that we can encounter. So some of the things that I have had mentioned to me in real life, though, were some of the other mods that are out there for Stardew. One of the ones that made me laugh was being able to marry anyone and everyone mod. Just the idea of being able to marry the entire town sounds very entertaining, but I don't think that's one of the things that I'm going to do. Thank you very much. But we're going to head on back over to town as well. But I've had a few other ones mentioned to me, and the trouble is they're sorts of ones that just make it easier, and I don't want to do that. I don't mind making it slightly harder, but anything that's just more like a minor quality of life or extra crops that aren't horribly unbalanced, that's what I want more than anything. Or maybe even the ability to, once you unlock the greenhouse, build another greenhouse. That'd be quite cool. I mean, I don't know if that's even a thing. Oh, blast. What I did with that stupid blackberry is I put it into the jam maker like a moron. Can't believe I did that. That was stupid. Oh well. I'm sure there'll be more blackberries. But the fall bundle is almost complete, which is great. And now it's the dye bundle. So I still need a duck feather and a red cabbage. Now, red cabbage, if memory serves, I can't remember if that's a year 2 crop or if it's a thing that you get from the desert, which I don't know. I will have to check and see anyway. But I might be able to actually buy one from the random cart, because she does have some weird stuff every now and again. And if I do see her on Friday, I think that's when she's in Stardew Valley next. Or is it Thursday? I'll have to double check both days. Because I do want to see if she actually has one, because that would make my life fantastically easy. But there's not much else that I can do here today. So I'm going to wrap on up, head on into bed, and hopefully you'll catch us again during the downpour of Wednesday. So, as I say, hopefully we'll catch you again then. And goodbye from me, the Walrus.